The 2025 Formula One preseason testing in Bahrain has wrapped up, and the results are in. But before you get too caught up in the headline lap times, let's dig deeper. What really happened over those 3 days? Which teams are looking strong, and which ones are already playing catch-up? If you're an F1 fan, you know testing is more than just fast laps. It's about understanding the nuances, the struggles, and the potential of each team. So, let's break it all down. Red Bull, playing catch-up? Red Bull entered 2025 with high expectations, but testing revealed some cracks in their armor. Despite Max Verstappen's late flyer on the final day, which put him second fastest, the team seemed to be on the back foot. A water leak on Thursday limited Liam Lawson's running, and whispers of understeer issues persisted throughout the test. Verstappen spent much of his time experimenting with setups, wing configurations, and floor combinations, losing valuable track time in the process. What stood out most was Red Bull's last-minute adjustments. In the final hours of testing, Verstappen was seen with Flovis paint on the side pods, a clear sign the team was still searching for answers. Technical director Pierre Wache admitted the test didn't go as smoothly as expected. While Red Bull found a setup that worked by the end, Wache hinted the step forward wasn't as big as they had hoped. If the field is as tight as it looks, Red Bull could find themselves fighting for second or fourth rather than dominating as they have in recent years. McLaren, the early favorite? If there's one team that turned heads during testing, it's McLaren. Oscar Piastri delivered the best race simulation of the final day, averaging around half a second faster than George Russell's Mercedes in the first stint. Even on slower tires, Piastri matched Russell's pace in the later stints, showing McLaren's consistency. But it's not all smooth sailing. McLaren's rear instability was well documented on day 2, and their rear wing movement has raised eyebrows. Some in the paddock are concerned about the speed of the car, but for now, McLaren looks like the team to beat. If they can iron out their rear-end issues, they could be a serious threat in 2025. Mercedes versus Ferrari. A battle for best of the rest? Mercedes and Ferrari didn't make as much noise as McLaren, but they're closely matched. Ferrari showed better straight-line speed and corner exits, while Mercedes excelled in corner entry. George Russell and Kimi Antonelli struggled with front-end lockups, suggesting the Mercedes might be too stiff across the front axle. Lewis Hamilton's race simulation in the Ferrari was cut short due to a technical issue, but he appeared more comfortable in the car than he has in recent years with Mercedes. If Ferrari can maintain their straight-line advantage and Mercedes can sort out their front-end issues, these two teams could be fighting for the best of the rest, behind McLaren. Sauber, struggling at the back. Unfortunately for Sauber, testing confirmed what many feared: they're likely to be the backmarkers in 2025. The car looked tricky to drive, with drivers complaining about its stiffness and narrow operating window. While setup changes improved things slightly, Sauber still appears to be the slowest car on the grid. If there were a qualifying session tomorrow, the green cars would likely be exiting in Q1. Williams, the most improved. Williams might not be the fastest car, but they're arguably the most improved. Carlos Sainz's day 2 time put them at the top of the classification, and the FW47 caught the eye on all 3 days. Quick and responsive, the car has shown potential, even if its peak performance came with lighter fuel loads or softer tires. Williams looks to have lifted themselves clear of the lower midfield and into direct competition with Alpine. If they can maintain this form, they could be a surprise package in 2025. Aston Martin, cause for concern? Aston Martin had a disappointing test. Fernando Alonso indicated the car is where it was at the end of 2024, struggling to score points and lacking pace. While the team has made the car more benign and easier to drive, it's still not fast enough. Alonso's frustration was palpable, and if the car doesn't improve, Aston Martin could find themselves slipping further down the order. Mini DRS controversy. Flexi wings return. F1's technical controversies are already heating up. Mini DRS, a concept that allows the main plane of the rear wing to flex slightly on straights, has returned. McLaren and Ferrari are among the teams suspected of using this trick to reduce drag and boost top speed. While the FIA has tried to clamp down on the practice, teams are finding new ways to exploit the rules. This could become a major talking point as the season progresses. Rookies, a tough start. The 2025 grid features several rookies, but two stand out for the wrong reasons. Gabriel Bortolito and Isaac Hadjar have had limited testing time, and both are driving for teams at the back of the grid. Bortolito, in particular, faces a baptism of fire with Sauber's slow and tricky car. Isaac Hadjar showed flashes of speed but was inconsistent. Both will have a steep learning curve in their debut seasons. Haas, bodywork woes. Haas had a strange problem during testing. Bits of side pod bodywork kept flying off. This issue occurred twice, once during the Silverstone shakedown and again in Bahrain. Team boss Io Komatsu suggested the team had been too aggressive in trying to save weight, but he's confident the problem will be fixed before Melbourne. If not, Haas could face reliability issues early in the season. The early pecking order. Based on testing, here's how the teams stack up. 1. McLaren. Fastest but with some rear-end instability. 2. Mercedes/Ferrari, closely matched, with Ferrari stronger on straights and Mercedes better in corners. 3. Red Bull, struggling with setup and reliability but still capable of quick laps. 4. Williams, most improved, potentially ahead of Alpine. 5. Alpine, consistent but not as quick as Williams. 6. Aston Martin, lacking pace and in danger of slipping further. 7. Haas, bodywork issues aside, mid-pack potential. 8. Sauber, slowest and tricky to drive. Testing is just a snapshot, but it gives us a glimpse of what's to come. McLaren looks strong, but can they maintain their advantage? Red Bull has work to do, but you can never count them out. Mercedes and Ferrari are closely matched, and Williams could be the dark horse of the season. At the back, Sauber and Aston Martin face an uphill battle. As we head to Melbourne, the big question is, can anyone challenge McLaren, or will they run away with the title? And will Red Bull find the answers they need to defend their crown? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, 2025 is shaping up to be an exciting season. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the 2025 F1 testing, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth F1 analysis and updates. Which team do you think will come out on top this season? Let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're as excited as we are for the season opener in Melbourne, share this video with your fellow F1 fans. See you next time.